Hello, my name is Joachim Nolinder and I would like to show you how we can set up a conditional journey in the case module. So that is part of the customer journey plugin. I will start off showing what I mean with conditional journey. So I'm going to start off with creating a case. I'm going to give it the name employee lost unlocked phone. I'm going to choose a type of the case, that is information incident. I have to give an account here, so let's do that. And I hit save. And as I hit save, then the case is created, but also a customer journey is automatically assigned to the case. So what we can see here is the status is new, and we have our journey that we need to follow. In this case, I have set it up so that I need to complete every previous activity before I can do the next one. So we have this condition set here. As I tick these off, as I tick the first one off, either by complete it directly or starting it, then it will automatically update the status of the case as well, which is done also by customer journey. So if I tick it off as completed, we can now see that the status is automatically changed to assigned. This is to handle the information incident. That's what it's called, this journey that I created. After we have investigated and determined the cause, what has happened, we are going to inform the data processing officer. So let's do that. Next off, we have the performance of risk assessment, and in this case we have 1 day to complete that activity, which is also a setting in the template of this journey. So I'm going to tick these off now because they don't really have any logic until we come to the last phase, which is the report. So we have assessed the remedial measures, we have implemented the remedial measures. Next off, if this is a GDPR incident where we have personal data that has been shared, breached, whatever we call it. Next off, should the incident be reported? If not, then we simply choose not applicable and we can move on to the next one. But in this case, we have a conditional journey. And what I mean with conditional journey is that if I agree to whatever is said here, should the incident be reported, then it's going to create one or several new activities that I need to do. So let's tick it off as we need to do it. As you can see, then report to the Privacy Protection Board, and I only have 3 days to do that. So I tick it off as completed, and next off we had should information be disclosed, and in this case I'm agreeing to that one as well. And what will happen is that we then will have 2 more activities that we need to do. We need to inform the management, we need to disclose publicly, and in this case we only have 4 hours to do it, because then we also need to inform the public of the incident, and for that one we have 1 month to complete the activity. So let's tick them off as completed. To do this, I have had to do 2 things. First off, we're going to look at the process definitions, where I started the journey automatically. That is done in process definitions in one that are called cases start journey based on type. So if you look at the design phase in the process definitions, I'm looking at when the case status is new. Very easy. For new records only, case status is equal to new. We're going to look at the type. So let's look at the settings here. Criteria for starting the journey is when type is equal to information incident, and if it's not equal to information incident, it will simply travel into end event. But if it is an information incident type, then we're going to start the journey handle information incident, which is done very easily by a change field action type and setting the checkbox for the customer journey template and choose the handle information incident. that's all you have to do to automatically start a journey. Let's have a look in the template itself, what I have done there. So we have the handle information incident, and first one is the investigate and determine. If I look at that activity, in the bottom of the record we have related sugar action. That is where we set up what should happen around the system. You can update things and you can create things, for example, change data or in the background or in the foreground, pre-populate, etc. In this case we had that when we set the activity to started, we're going to, so for this activity investigate and determine, when the action type is update record, and it should be triggered on when we set it to in progress, and it should be a triggered that is automatically update a record. So we're going from task to customer journey stage, to customer journey, and then up to the case. That is relation of the actual task all the way up to the case. And on that case we're changing status to assigned. And going back to that particular activity, investigate and determine, I also created one that is exactly or pretty much the same as the starter one, but in this case the trigger event is completed instead of in progress, but it's still the same, that we want to change the status to assigned on the case. Okay, so let's go back to the customer journey template again, and then we're going to move over to the should the incident be reported. So if we look at that one and scroll down to the related sugar actions, that's also where we can create a new task. So in this case, should the incident be reported, that was the actual task. If we set it to completed, we want to create the record and it should be automatically created in the background. The relationship we want to travel is from the task up to the customer journey stage, and under that stage we want to create the task, so it will end up with a new task in the same stage as the previous task that we completed. We populate the fields with the subject of the new task. The status should be not started, and we're setting a start and end date or due date on the task based on when it's created. So in this case we want it to be started directly, but it has to be due within 72 hours. We can change this to days, a month, minutes, to whatever we like. And the same is done then for the last one, should information be disclosed. In this case we create two tasks, which is the inform the public of the incident, and we have the inform management we need to disclose publicly. And then upon that I also created one that is, if you set to not applicable, then we are done with the customer journey and we're closing the case as well. So that is basically how you can set up a conditional journey. So a conditional journey can also of course be as granular as you'd like. You can have it that if you complete one of those, you can fire up a new custom journey, for example. So, just as an example, please let me know if you have any questions or if you have any process that you would like me to explore for you. So, take care. Cheers. Bye.